And welcome back to another edition of Everything Football. I'm your host, Jonathan Big Tex Johnson. I'm going to jump right into it. I told you I'm going to finish up the AFC, do all this before everything officially starts up. I'm over now. I'm going to start with I'm going to go ahead and start with the AFC East. And we already know. I mean, it's not going to take me that long to even really run through this because you pretty much already know who's winning the AFC East without a doubt. You pretty much know that unless a miracle happens, and I don't really see that happening. As long as Belichick and Brady is over there, them guys are going to win that particular division. That's the weakest division in football. They've been in that division for, 15, 16 years together, 16, 17 years together. They've won it 15, 16 times, however many times they've won it, and they're going to continue to win it until some other coaches get some players and get some type of system in order for them to be able to do something. I don't see it happening. You still got, like I said, you got Brady there. Obviously, you got him there. You have with Brady being there, you still got Julian Edelman. You got Hogan there, Chris Hogan. Them guys are solid wide receivers for what they do there. Like I said, they're not never going to be your perennial Pro Bowlers or anything like that of that nature. But what they will do, they will get you those fives. They dink and dunk you to death, lull you to sleep, and then hit you with the bomb or whatever and whatnot. That's their system. Play bend but don't break defense. Their whole thing is not giving up points. They can get all the yards you want on the Patriots defense. Their whole thing is to tighten up down in that red zone and have you not come away with anything if no more than just 3 points. You know what I'm saying? That's how them guys play. They got Gronkowski still. They keep talking about Gronk is gonna be Gronk. Them guys, and like I was telling the guy yesterday, at a game yesterday, where I was watching my daughter cheerleading at a game. Like I told him yesterday, I said, dude, it's like I said, that's what them guys do there. And Belichick has been around football long enough to know, and he's seen the violence of this. He's seen every bit of it. He came into realization in 2017 being a defensive coordinator, and he got completely offensive. And when 2007, that's when all this video stuff, that's when you started having Brady throwing for all the yards he was throwing for and stuff. And they just kind of like caught on like wildfire, him using 2 tight ends and the whole 9 yards and stuff like that. And the rules are predicated toward offensive players. I just did a piece yesterday, and I was telling you about what offensive players can do, and a defensive player can't get away with that. An offensive player, a blow to the head is a blow to the head. Period. I don't care who is it coming from. You follow whether he's running the ball or not. A blow to the head is a blow to the head. The point I'm making is that with Belichick and Brady, them is like, so Brady can talk that much. I can play to them this, that. Well, you can't touch the quarterback. You can't intimidate the wide receivers. You got to let them catch the ball. When you was taught once upon a time, as soon as his hand touched you, it dislodged it from him. You can't do that, and they've taken full advantage of that. Like most teams have, but the Patriots take full advantage of the rules and say we're going to make it work for us, and that's just the name of the game. That's what they're going to do, and that's why they'll look up and they'll be in it. They'll be in it again. 13-3, possibly 12. It might go 12-4. It might find a little difficulty and stuff, but eventually Brady's time is going to run out. It might be this year. We'll see what happens with the receivers and stuff like that. And all, we'll see. The next, I'm actually going to pick the Miami Dolphins. Tannehill back in, I want to say 2016, was having a really good year. He was having a really good year back in 2016. They got into the playoffs and everything, and they were looking good. He got hurt and stuff like that. Started to come back last year, got hurt right at the beginning of practice and stuff like that. Tannehill, for the money they pay, but that's just the market for quarterbacks right now. You're getting paid money, so it is what it is. Solid quarterback. He's been solid, but that's about it. He's been solid, and they've Joseph Ajayi is not there anymore. They dealt him away, which I still don't know really what happened with that whole situation there, but it did happen. But the thing about with Tannehill and what he basically did, we go back to 2016. If I'm not mistaken, that was like the last time he played and stuff. 13 games, and he, like I said, ended up getting hurt, and he threw for 19 touchdowns, right at 3,000 yards. So their defense was pretty stout in all of that. and we'll see what they have over there at this particular time. Let's see what they got. They got Danny Amendola. He's over there, acquired him from the Patriots. I don't know what he got left on. What really he got left. They got I think this is Julius Thomas, nice tight end. He played for the Broncos some and did a good job there. You got Kenny Stills at wide receiver. He's pretty good. Kenny Stills is nice. He's nice. He had 58 receptions for 847 yards and 6 touchdowns last year with basically no quarterback, and that does count for that joker Jay Cutler, who I guess he's done playing, which he needs to be anyway. I think it's Kenyon Drake, Alabama product. Kenyon Drake, I'm sorry. 133 attempts, 644 yards last year, and three touchdowns. So it's going to be up on him this year and see what they do. They still got Pouncey there. Pouncey, one of the best in the business and whatnot. And we'll see what they do up front for these guys. But if they can get some solid work out of Tannehill and some good running from Drake, they might be okay. And like I said, again, we'll see that. Of course, they lost in Dominic Sue and whatnot. Don't know a lot about him. I know the main person, Cameron Wake, over at the left defensive end. He's still a force. He's still a force to be reckoned with and whatnot. Got a couple of years left on him and stuff like that. So need to make a run if they're going to try to get something really going on with them. But we'll see what happens with these guys and whatnot. I don't know a lot of stuff about too much stuff about really with their defense. Don't see them play a whole hell of a lot and whatnot. But like I said, just with them I think they can possibly give the Pats a little play and whatnot. And like I said, maybe a 10-6 season out of these guys. I'm gonna give them a 10-6 season. That's what I'm gonna give them, a 10-6 season. So we'll see what happens with that. The Jets. It's really hard to even really get off into this. They traded away Teddy Bridgewater. I had him there for a hot second and traded him away. Sam Darnold is supposed to be the one that's going to be starting. He's a rookie. He's going to be starting and everything. So we're going to see what ends up happening with that situation as well. I don't know, man. They don't really have a lot. And like I said, I don't see the Jets doing a lot at all. I really don't see the Jets doing a lot. I might have kind of did this in a more screwed up order and stuff like that, but I honestly feel the Jets is maybe a 6-10 season. I don't really see a lot going on with the Jets. I mean, growing pains and whatnot. They got young at the quarterback's position. I don't see why they let Bridgewater go. Bridgewater was a solid quarterback. He got hurt and they just sent him away to go sit behind an aging quarterback when this guy could sit up there and at least play another year, at least play a year while Sam Darnold get his thing together, because between that and the press, and they're gonna be coming at him, I'm like, we're gonna see what happens with him. I see 6-10 written all over this club. I see 6-10. I don't really see a lot going on with them at all. I really don't. Not much. I don't see a lot going on with these guys. So I don't see it. Really don't see it. Not even defensively. It's really nothing that jumps out at me over on their defense. I see a 6-10 ball club at the very best. We go over to the next thing. We're going to go with the Buffalo Bills, right? Because of them losing, I think it's Tyrod Taylor, and they got Josh Allen over there, right? They're still pretty solid, but like I said, their quarterback, see, this is the thing. And even going back to Miami, and these were the two teams back there in the latter part of the 80s and going into the mid-90s and whatnot. And, these were your major teams, especially the Bills. We all know what the Bills did, 4 Super Bowls in a row. They lost them, but they 4 AFC championships. They pretty much own the East between them and Miami. New England will pop up here and there, whatever. But these are the guys, and their quarterback situation has never got rectified since any of those guys left. Since Marino left, it's been nothing. Since Jim Kelly left, nothing. You had Drew Bledsoe for a hot second. He showed something for a year or two. After that, it was done. No playoffs, no nothing. These guys snuck into the playoffs last year. They might have didn't have to sneak in the playoffs until that little situation happened when that guy pulled out their quarterback, and I don't know, that was a mess within itself. But this is what I'm saying. If you don't have a good quarterback in this league, dude, you're not going to win. You're not going to win very many games. And you're going for a guy named what's his supposedly was it Nathan Peterman supposedly. And if this is the same guy that came in last year for Tyrod Taylor and throwing like 5 picks in a half, good luck with that. And Josh Allen might be in there before you know it. But is he really ready? You know, is he really ready? Because he played where he played at in Wyoming. It's just like big arm and all this good stuff like that. But I'm like, didn't win very many games. And so we'll see what happens, you know, on the stage and stuff. They still got LaShawn McCoy back there. If everything goes fine with his other situation and whatnot that he had going on, they got him there. They got, you know, they got you know, we'll see. You know, he had 1,138 yards and 6 touchdowns last year, and everything. So we'll see what happens with them. They got Kelvin Benjamin, who came from Carolina. We're going to see what happens now. You go from talking about Cam, man, you getting ready to go over here. We're going to see what happens. We're going to see what happens with that situation with him, and see if it's not any better. And that's if a big joker like he don't eat himself out of the damn league. Zay Jones, I mean, we'll see, man. You know, that's all we can sit up and say. We're going to see. They're not working with a lot right now. Their defense was stout and whatnot. Between that, McCoy running the ball good, and Tyrod Taylor just playing solid quarterback. Nothing special, but he was solid. And he was solid, and that's all you can basically ask for. Is somebody to be extremely solid up there. You got the best defensive player in my opinion there is Micah Hyde, who had a Pro Bowl season last year, playing that safety position. And so we'll see what happens with these guys, man. I mean, like I said, it's really funny that you have that, you know, like I said, you have a team that was like they was on the rise, and then all of a sudden you kind of disintegrated you disintegrated. You got Tre'Davious White there, you know, and everything. So we're going to see what these guys end up doing. It's going to be something. It's going to be something to see. But Bills possibly third place because I don't think they're solid on both sides of the ball. I honestly do think that Miami still got some pieces, and if they can get some solid quarterback play from Tannehill in there, they can come up with something. Like I said, maybe Bills 8-8, possibly. I see them at 8-8. I don't really see them doing too much anything else beside that. And like I said, I still feel as though that, of course, New England's going to win that division again, unless we see something that just drastically just happens. Brady blows a knee or he falls off the cliff all of a sudden or whatever. But until that, I got them winning that. All right, we'll be back in a few minutes with the others.